and welcome to another art stream. I'm so sorry for being late. I had whew, a whole slew of issues that popped up because apparently Windows is a devious device that likes to siphon my happiness and destroy it. So, here we are. What are you doing, computer? Trying to make me more crazy, I think. Yep. Okay. Okay, because for a while I was losing. I was just losing. Everything was bad. But now it's good. Hooray. So I'm gonna just do some think work on the comic. I'm gonna do a warm up though, so don't worry. I'll still do some character drawings, but I just want to just oops. Why? What? Oh, okay. Oh, here we go. Okay. Sorry. Just looking up some different places I was for okay. And whoops. Oh, this. Okay. Okay, great. Sorry. Now I'm set. Let's just do some sketches really quick for poses. Okay, this is a challenging one. It'll be a fun start. I think I've done this one though, so we'll see. Balance. No, yeah, I did this one. Sorry, let's do something different. Hello, thanks for dropping in. Sorry for how late this started. There's some updates that apparently just like threw my entire like computer upside down. Yay! Whew. So now I'm calm and everything's good. And the computer's no longer angry at me. So happy days. So I'm gonna do some warm-ups and then I'm gonna do some work on the comic I think tonight, because I haven't really done too much on that lately. I've been so busy in usually my free time is already being dealt with my creative group project that I'll be able to divulge more into once we have the Patreon up, which I think should be sometime in the near future. I'm not sure when, and I don't want to press any unrealistic goals onto the people working on it. So, I mean, everyone's been just so fantastic in this group. I don't want to be like, oh, it should be done this day, and if they're not, then what are they doing? It's like everyone's just been fantastic, and I think when it comes out, I'll be impressed, I believe, because it's been just like we're all just working together great. So I'm really excited to share this. Hello, thanks for dropping in. Yeah, I think as I said as the title says, I'm going to be just working on the comic, I think, today. But I thought I would just start off with some warm-ups, just especially because the Cintiq was acting up earlier, so I'm kind of making sure everything's good, because if it's not, I'm going insane. No, I'm kidding. I'm just gonna go curl into a ball in the shower. Technologies, I tell you, you think you get it, and then it's just like, nope, guess what? This new update is going to just punch you in the stomach. And I'm like, oh, thanks. I asked for that. Clearly, that's what I wanted tonight. Oh well. Oops. Oops, that's wrong. I usually use either Pinterest or some other site like this. Although, like for actual practice, you know what? I'll go to the actual practice because this isn't usually what I do. So let's go there because that's what's it called? I think it's. Whoops. It's called All My Things Are Missing. Okay, line of action, yeah. So, I'm going to draw some facial expressions with my characters. We'll start, that'll be a fun way to practice and get, so 5 minutes for each. Okay, that's a pretty generic one, so that's perfect to start out with. Just a smile. Draw June smiling. My rock star. Give her a really chipper smile, so her eyes are kind of like crescent shaped because her cheeks are going up. You know, you get that smile that's like hee. Yeah, lips curl. Don't want to over-exaggerate. I mean, I can over-exaggerate it a little bit because that's the fun of these characters, but just clean up the nose a little bit. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Nice. Nice, clean smile. Her blonde hair, and then she's got her red hair behind. She's got like a blonde highlight in the front. Okay. Next drawing. Okay, this is good. This is a good one. Let's draw this on, you know, we'll just do these all with her, because maybe draw her and Richard doing this. This is a tough one for Richard because of his mustache, but the eyebrows I can do. He shows a lot in the eyebrows. Oops, the mustache is not low enough, because I guess, well no, that'd be for a smile, it would be upright, because for a frown it would be would be covering more of it because it's pulling this way, so it'd be pulling to cover his mouth pretty much. I believe. I could be wrong on this, but I think so. I kind of do have similar hair. His is a shorter, but they have the same part. Might push hers over a little bit. Maybe at the beginning it starts out similar, and then she parts it differently as the story goes on, kind of thing. Hello. Hope you're having a good night. Drawing some expressions to start out my warm-ups for the characters for my comic. I'm going to work on a few pages after this. Yeah, it's like a kind of like one of those kind of like disgust kind of faces. Like, ugh. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's get to work. Enough of these. Using the bard. Open the pages. Let's see, what should I do? Let's work on this one. This one's kind of got... I mean... yeah, let's clean this one up. I think it's... still could use some polish. Certain, like... okay. Like, some of these panels are okay, but they could just use some cleanup. Like, the line work on this last one is a little rough, so maybe... like, turn off the color for... because the color's okay. These are good flats, but I think this line work could be polished. Let's turn off this. Because I've gotten better at line work since then. And just perspective overall. So. Because, like, these arms are a little off for her. Like, they should be shorter. And then, like, you kind of, like, make the shape of a wedge a little bit for the hand. So it's, like, more like that. Maybe even able to make her a little bigger, actually, because she could be closer to him. Yeah, let's do that. A little bigger. Like that, yeah. Because she's trying to show him something, so she would be stepping closer for this scene. So I can do more detail in the face. Not quite. Still needs some work. Sorry. Let's zoom in some more, because I need to be even closer. Yeah, that's not a great reference, is it? I can tell I was rushing with like the line work on this one a little bit when I was first doing it. It's like her eyes are totally off, which is fine. It's when you're thumbnailing, you're gonna get mistakes are gonna be made, and I'm not holding it against myself. It's just natural for that to happen. Yeah, maybe I can change this panel to being like her first responding that they need to find her mother, but then like she realizes how wide the area that they have to search is, and her father's response is just like, "Then we better get going." He's got some contacts he's planning on getting a hold of. She doesn't know anyone in the real world, because they're in this like pocket. It's starting to like a hidden like dimension where like war exiles could go, which will be explained. It's just kind of like someplace he could hide safe from enemies that would try and hurt his family. Might be a shorter stream than usual. I apologize. Since I started late, I don't want to go too late. But I think about like I'll say 40 minutes probably at most. Just which is why I wanted to start with the comic, because usually I say like comic will happen after the sketches, and I'm like, no. So today I was just like, let's just do the comic, because that way I can be sure that it gets at least started. But I feel better now that I know that the this is actually working, because I was really a little worried that something happened. Like, it was acting really strange, and like it was because I did a driver update. Oh, sorry, I forgot that I left the that anatomy page on like 5-minute markers, and I saw something change in the corner of my eye, and just with the image changing. Anyway, I updated the driver, and when I did, Windows, being the lovable scamp it is, decided, oh, you want everything to go upside down now. I'm like, no, but you're gonna do that anyway. And it's like, uh-huh, you bet. It's like, oh well. I guess better now than like at a really crucial time. Like if I had done this later in the week when I needed to do something with the project or something, that would have been really bad. So thank you for the anxiety attack, Windows. That was quite hilarious. So this is going this way, so this or this way. Just want to make sure everything's nice and sharp and clean. Since he's got the biggest, he's a bit more close up, I can put more detail than even hers and his. I draw some of the individual hairs in his eyebrows. And add some lines in his forehead. Just to show us. It's kind of funny that, like, I was thinking about it today, and I think Richard comes from a lot of different Miyazaki films, but and even though I said he's inspired character-wise by like Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind with the Blade Master, I think he's also got some of the general from Howl's Moving Castle in him. Like I think that's kind of where the mustache came from a little bit. I'll have to look that up, because that would be a good reference for him, I think. Solomon! Got a new plan. This time I'm gonna bomb the Jesus out of them. It's like, oh my gosh. I think it was... It's like, that's the best double you ever made of me. Such a good movie. It's good to see Christian Bale have fun with that. Hello, thanks for dropping in. I'm just working on the comic tonight. I thought I would. I always kind of try to squeeze it in, but never actually get around to it. So I thought, since I started late today, I was gonna just work on this. Because usually I'm just working on the characters, just drawing them, and I was like, it'd be nice to actually get some more work on the comic done. Because this is yeah. So true. Yeah, she's just like, hello, Hal. Yeah, she's trying to keep it cool in front of the general, and he thinks it's her, and she knows it's Hal, so she's just like, uh-huh, nice try. And he's like, hey, I wasn't trying to trick you. I knew you'd see through this. It's like, I'm just coming like I promised. Now Mother and I will leave. Good day. That also had one of my favorite scenes with the two of them talk. Well, a lot of the scenes with them not talking are fun, but the part where he's teaching her to fly, and he's like, and she slams into that structure, and then he's like, "Whoa, you're good." After she recovers. Plus, Billy Crystal was really fun in that too. I have another curse for you. May all your bacon burn. Yeah, definitely. Cause like with Castle in the Sky, I think I just liked how the kids like. I like their adventure and I like them as characters, but they're not. I don't know if they're my favorite. Whereas Hal, I think that those two are just really fun together. Like it's kind of like this spoiled rich boy, and then the girl who hasn't really like had confidence in herself, and kind of just like is living everyone else's expectations, but not her own. And she's like, whatever. I don't need dreams. And it's like, but even her sister's like, yes, you do. Like, you. No one said you had to do this. Why are you doing this? Like even her mother doesn't even seem like she's really like pushing her too hard to be there. Especially when she leaves and she's just like, well, I'm. She was sad that she disappeared, but she did not care at all that she left the shop because she's like, you have your own life. She was probably actually happy because to see her do something other than just stay in the shop all day. Yeah. Maybe one of these days I'll have to read the Nausicaa manga because I have it, but I just haven't had a chance to read it. It's supposed to be really. I mean, I've started to read it. It's so much more than obviously they could put it in the movie. Like, she is like a much tougher warrior than they give her credit in the movie because they didn't have time. Like, there's so many fight scenes in that manga that they were just like, nope, we're not putting this in, we're not putting this in, we're not putting this in. Like the book starts with her like fighting like I think like 8 people at once or something, and that they don't show that at all in the movie. Because they also had that scene where she almost attacks one and takes them out. But after seeing that other scene, it makes much more sense why the Blade Master was like, no, 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 don't kill them, because she's like, she could have. It's like, please don't hurt them. Hello. Thanks for dropping in. Just talking about Hayao Miyazaki films for because why not? Always a good time. While I work on my comic, which this is early on, so they just had a fight with this. Here, I'll show you. So here's the first page where she's making her guitar. Oops, I'll move my fan head out of the way. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to just clean it up because like I've improved since I worked on this, so I'm trying to like just clean up what I did, and so I'm gonna go over these pages again, but like because these are older, obviously. But I mean, some of the panels still look pretty good, but like this is them noticing that something happened in the like some kind of a thing happened in the kitchen, and then he goes down first and uh, deals with it. So yeah, I skipped a page, did I? Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. That's okay. All you missed was like him. I don't know what's not. You know what? It's probably in my other folder. That's why. But this is what they're fighting, because it grows big, and then it becomes this. It's like this giant golem that appeared. Like one of the... At this moment, even they don't know what's going on, so I'm not even gonna have an explanation, because they're just like, no time to figure this out. We have to beat. We have to take care of this situation before we try and figure out what this is, because it's clearly just some kind of like forest spirit, or someone's like worker golem went crazy, or maybe those crystals mean something. Who knows? It could be many things. And then you have, let's see, is that 6? Yep. Then he starts fighting it, but it's like constantly regenerating. Cool, yeah, I love having draw-alongs. Please do. It's always fun to work together, and work alongside each other. So she thinks about something, and then she realizes that her mother has some of her alchemical like ingredients in the shed. So she goes off and tries to get them. Meanwhile, he's fighting it, and it like this panel came out really good. I'm gonna obviously clean up the line work, but I love that effect of the glowing crystals. Thanks. Yeah, I think so too. I love that look where it's just like this really. It blows out half the house, like this. Those crystals turned out to be like in its body turned out to be like its main source, and it, once he destroyed the majority of it, it just decided that it was going to just do a final like detonate around him, because it knew it could regenerate again eventually. And then he, let's see, where's the next one? So then there's. Then she's shocked, and she comes in with this. Whoops. Yeah, she comes in, she kicks in the door, and she's just like, yeah, no, she's actually I do have a panel with her. Let's see if I can find it. Is it? No, that's 21. I know I have. You know what? I think it's in the other folder. 1 second. Because that's the problem with being like, I can put these. I'm going to relocate everything. Whoops, I didn't. Because then you get things like. See, 4, 3, 15. Oh, maybe this is it? Is this it? Nope. That is one that I'm working on where they get cornered, they get pulled through a portal, and they because these bounty hunters think that she's someone else, and they kind of set a trap. And one of them's like a werewolf, and one of them's a pixie. So, I do have her. I just gotta find it. It's like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make these thumbnails bigger because that'll help find it faster. There we go. Because right now I was like squinting, like I think I see it. It's not in here. Where was raising the bar? I am so confused. Oh yeah, I'm working on this one too. I forgot this character. I mean, maybe I'll do some more work on that this week. This, because she came out. She came out pretty good so far. That's a character from the comic too. That's not the mom though, because this is the mom. But oops, I did not mean to do that. Not sure where it went. Oh, you know, I bet it's here. Honestly, sorry. Like I said, it's just kind of like a bit of a. What is that? No, that's not it. Doot 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 doot. I thought it was here. I mean, I know I have it. I know I have it on here. I don't know why it's being difficult, because it's in one of these folders and it's just being a pain finding it. It must be in this one. Let's see, because excuse me. No, I don't know. I don't know. That's not. Oh wait, here it is. Found it. Sorry, I found it. The first one with Thanks. Yeah, she's. But here's the first page with her, where like it shows her at like she's in the park and she's like she doesn't know what's happened yet because the news hasn't reached them yet. So they're in the middle of their survey of the land. So she's got the bird there too. It's like a mix of like a. It's just a extremely large raven, so mixed with maybe some hawk in there. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's the main point is it's a big raven. And I drew some like manta ray in the background to show that like it's like this really weird place. It's kind of like in Korra with the whales in the air. So it's like these different species that are from are flying on the ethereal mana in the air. I don't know. She's got her tarp on here, or her. I mean her. Yeah. Nice. Ravens are just really cool, and I figured it would be a fun way for She has like it's like her backup system, kind of like it's smart and it has the ability to like just copy like short messages too. So if her radio goes out, she can still like send out a emergency message through it. So, yeah. But yeah, yeah, it's pretty big. See, it's like right next to her. It's like this almost. It's a pretty hefty size. I mean, ravens do get pretty big, but this is probably bigger than they normally get, even. So, what should I do? I just want to find that one other page too, because I swear it's here. There's a page that I didn't show that is pretty cool, where he's going down the stair. Oh, no, that's not it. This one came out really good. This is one that's Thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy with how she came out. Like, her character concept was really fun to draw. Where she's got because she's based around Ellie from Jurassic Park. Like she's got that same kind of feel to her that she does, where like it's. So I gave her kind of like a similar kind of appearance, kind of sharpen this up. But otherwise, I'm really happy with how this came out. I just need to clean up the line work a little, but the pages actually look really good. And on this page, I actually, because originally this page was going to be very different, and I was where she ends up being nervous and then like calms down by playing a song. But I thought, wouldn't it be kind of cool if there was actually like something happens when she gets nervous? Like in this case, she gets like this like dark energy around her that can be dangerous to other people, and and it's hurting her, and like so this nice woman just calms her down with a spell, and then she says pretty much like, if you focus on something else, like you're playing your guitar there, and maybe you can you won't be channeling this negative energy. And she's like, oh, okay, that's a good idea, I'll give that a shot. Because she starts off the series with not being super confident in her abilities to play, so that wouldn't make sense for her to immediately know to play it, especially because this hasn't really happened to her. She's all of a sudden like, why am I in so much pain? And it's like, oh, because I'm dealing with all this new being assaulted by all this new stuff, like these being around people I don't know, and yeah, because she grew up in a small town that she knew everyone, so kind of give it like a little bit more oomph. Yeah, I do have I think I have well, that's old. I would have to redraw that one. I did a like them all at the table kind of like illustration a while ago. Whoops. Don't crash, don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. Please don't crash. I'll be your best friend. Please. Let's hang on. It's doing stuff. I think it's mad that I opened up so many pages at once. It's just like, oh, it hurts. Come on, machine. I've opened up more windows than this in Clip Studio. You can handle it. Yeah, she's a proof that there are good people in this world still. Because I wanted to show that immediately, that it's not all even. She's just the first person that got there. Maybe one of these other people could have helped, but they just didn't know what to do at the moment because they were kind of like surprised that all of a sudden there's just an inferno in the middle of the cafe of this restaurant. It's like, oh, okay. What do we? How do we help her? Is it good? It's good. Okay, sorry about that. It was just like, my brains. Oh, here's that page I couldn't find. This is him running down the stairs. I was really happy with it. I changed the perspective in the third panel, so Yeah, this is the Zelda moment where he kicks open the he kicks open the chest to get his mace, which is funny because he I reveal later on he doesn't. Well, I guess maybe there's a time limit. Actually, I'll add to it so that it's not such an overpowered spell. But like any weapon he's held, he can summon. But maybe I'll make it so there's a time limit. Like if he hasn't held it in a while, he forgets about it and he can't summon it. So that would explain why he did this. Plus, maybe he just wanted to kick it. He just wanted a more dynamic way of like getting to it, so he kicked it open. Yeah, but this third panel, I was really happy with. It's like, oops. Cause yeah, he gets oops. I just like that I got this like cool perspective for showing him running down the stair. I mean, slowly creeping down the stairs to figure out what made the loud noise. So I could just find. Oh, there we go. I was like, I just want to fix this arm while I'm here. do 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 do. Oh yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Like he's a fun character. I mean, they're both. I think I just lucked out that I really worked hard on these characters to make them fun to draw. Because I mean, that's if you don't, you're in trouble. Oops, there we go. Like his hairstyle and everything about him is just. He's got like this flowing hair that's fun to draw because it gives you a lot of action, and then he like his whole mustache, which, like I said, I think is kind of inspired by that general from House Moving Castle, and also from I'm not sure what else. Like maybe a couple other like shows in anime. Like I think it was kind of a little bit of a Voltron as well with the that one guy. Yeah, like the minute like she finds out, she knows that she when once the mother finds out what's really going on, she's not deluded into like staying. She knows that she has to get out of there fast. So plus by then she does have the animal that she wanted to protect. So like, she's just like, okay, time to go. And that's when the villain starts showing up. So because I wanted to make it so like once she got everything in order, all of a sudden there's this exterior opposing force that's trying to keep her from escaping. Because otherwise, he really serves no purpose in the story. Because the real villain is like time. Like if she doesn't get out in within a certain amount of time, she's in trouble. So yeah. Oops. And like I was just really happy also with like how I drew the two like bounty hunters too, because like I think I have them here under my character sheets. I think probably I might have shown you, but I don't know if I've shown everyone here. So once this saves, which will be like hopefully it doesn't crash the computer again. Let's find out. Do 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 do. Yeah, I hope so. Because it's definitely gonna dive more into the world. I kind of don't want to. One thing I like in the fantasy stories that I read, is when things aren't answered until they're needed to be answered for the character, because I don't like exposition. No one really does. I don't think like when I watch anime, I'm like, if there's an episode that's all exposition, I'll be like skim, like fast forward, fast forward, fast forward. Okay, good. I got most of it. I can figure out the rest later on. And like, I think even when like those parts in Lord of the Rings where it really went into the lore heavy, I was just like, oh boy. It's just like, I don't know. this this part's a little hard to get through. I mean, it was still important, and it was still. Sometimes it was really good, but other times it was just like, I'd rather just not. No. Yeah, where's what was I doing? Oh yeah, there's this page too that I was working on. This is the mention of her uncle, where it gives you a flashback. I gotta fix this panel. I keep forgetting to. Split it in half. Split it in half. Boop. There we go. Because she's just like remembering like the last time she visited him is when she was younger, and it's like, oh boy. She's like, right, about that, because at first she's like, oh, you're leaving without me? And he's like, I mean, you can come. There's room. This thing, I can bring another person if you, through the, where he's hiding, but with this, like, recall spell, which will transport me to him, but, do you want to go? And she's, like, remembering that, and it's like, yeah, nope. Nope, I'm just gonna do some studying so I can learn some more magic, and I'll be here. Yep, I'm good. He's like, I thought so. Yeah, that panel with her, like, with the that's supposed to be like a giant oops, why is it not cut in half? That's weird. Huh. Anyway, she has a. It's one of those jumping spiders that are supposed normally are tiny, but with his magic he made it bigger. So it's just like, it's just way too big. And it's like, oh yeah, no. It's got those adorable eyes. For a spider, I mean. Speeders. Do, 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 do. Yep, spiders and giant centipede. They get even bigger than this, but this is just one that he summoned for her there because he didn't want to scare her too much. Like, when he uses them as, like, minions to fight or to do, yeah, they're much bigger. They're more like those prehistoric ones that. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's trying to show off to her. So he doesn't really know that she's going to be scared. He's like, look at all this awesome stuff. Like, I just learned how to summon these. Aren't they cool? It's like, I might be able to make even bigger ones. He's like, great, great. Doom, 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 doom. Just gonna change her look a little bit. Yeah, even since like these, I can tell. It's good that like now that I've been drawing so many figures lately for a project I'm working on, I can see a lot of my anatomy errors even faster now. Like they're not it's not like they're terrible. It's just stuff where I'm like, oh, okay, that this hand needs to be fixed this way and that needs to be fixed that way because of the perspective and because, or maybe this shot would be better if I did this instead of that kind of stuff. Which is good to see that I'm learning from this project. So yeah, and once we have the more information available, I'll definitely be shouting from the rooftops. I'm so excited. I gotta give him his he's gotta look a little bit more spiffy. Forgot to put his tie on him. Because also like let's see, I think I have because this goes, I do have they go up quite a ways. Oh, here's this is one of the more recent ones where she's yeah, it's like, what do you think? Aren't they awesome? But this is like this forest spirit that starts like trying to play around with her and mess with her, and she sees through its games because she knows it's just trying to like trick her into a contract or like she knows it's up to something. It's trying to mess with her in some way or another. Either to even just like she like I don't have time for you to distract me. Bye. It's like fine. And then in the next panel, Paige is gonna start. It's like, well, if you're not gonna play with me, I'm still gonna do stuff, and so she has to figure a way out of the situation. Because this is more like a summer fairy, which are like they're playful, but they don't mean to hurt people, but they just kind of don't understand human durability. Like I'd say that character from the Owl House would be characterized as a either a spring or a summer fairy, because like they don't really understand. They don't. I mean, part of it's they're young, but they also don't really quite understand that what they're doing is dangerous. So yeah, she's got this like fox mask on. I'll color her in to look like a fox. And then she just has this long hair that kind of goes into a back into a ponytail, and the ponytail looks like a foxtail. It's got like a white tip to it that it like transitions into, which I thought looked pretty cool. Although I guess, I clearly didn't know that when I drew these panels, though. That's okay. That's why it's good to. I just noticed that like her hair is very loose, and I'm like, whoops. I guess back when I drew this panel, this page, I didn't know I was gonna put her hair into a bun or into a ponytail because it's easier. Yeah, because yeah, the big thing now is like that kind of tripped me up is drawing a city. Like they they run into after they deal with after she deals with that spirit. They kind of have to go to a city to find more information, and that's where I'm kind of like held up right now. So it's like, what is that? Like 30 pages in. So yeah, I mean, I still got that's still quite a bit, but still, I kind of want to like figure that out. I especially want to get to some of these pages, like the fight between the bounty hunters and the two of them is really fun, and this is one panel also want to get like cleaned up because I did a rough of it, but it's like I was kind of imagining when I this is them leaving the town, and I kind of did a reverse of the beginning of Spirited Away, because like you there's that scene where you can see like up on the cliffs up on the hill, like their neighborhood, and I'm having it just they're heading the opposite way away from it. So because at this point they're not quite out of the protective area that's masking where they are. So and I think the car looks pretty good. I can make it better, but I don't draw cars very often, so that's one thing I was trying to clean it up, and I'll do another layer on top of this one. But like these ones actually look pretty good, I think. I don't know what else other than just maybe adding a little bit more line width to some of these panels. I'd say this is pretty good, and rearranging these so that they're in order. Because I wish that Clip Studio didn't do this, but it loves putting things out of order. So like, yeah, it's kind of a pain, especially when I'm working on this or other things. It's like, hey, you have all these panels. I'm gonna just like spin them around in kind of like whatever kind of way I want. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. Thank you. Oops. Need black. Yeah. Oops. Because yeah, I also wanted to kind of hint that she's got like this like I kind of did like a Little Witch Academia kind of thing where she's got this like rock star poster of this character in the background that's kind of like so, someone she idolizes, who's like this like add some even more hair to her. So or a cape or something. No, hair is better. Because capes are good when sometimes, but sometimes it's fun to just make the hair extra long. Because yeah, like the intro of Little Witch Academia with the performance. Yeah. pretty cool guitar. It's fun to draw. I think this is my favorite part of her. Like, I mean, she's a good. I like her design, but this guitar is obviously my favorite part. Just has a nice, cool design to it. Like a fun shape. It's kind of like this side I kind of inspired off of a lute, like the having this part here be like extended. I'm gonna make it a little bit longer so that it's a little more exaggerated. Yeah. Do, 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 do. And I love that he geeks out about it too, because he's got a background in like when he retired, he kind of went into being like a like crafting for like landscaping and repair, but he recognizes artistry when he sees it, so he's like, wow, you really put a lot into this. Like, you carved this yourself. You did a lot of research into like finding these runes that reinforce it. So like he's just like totally excited, and I thought that'd be a fun thing to do, like to like change expectations of, because when you first see him, you're like, oh, he's gonna just scold her for being loud or something, turn down that racket. But then he's like, nope, he just wanted to see what was going on. It's like cool tunes. I think that's kind of overdone. It sometimes makes sense in stories, but since the story's about the two of them traveling together, I don't want that to be the conflict that comes between them. There's other things I can do. But that seems like kind of a overdone and not really important point, because it's more history is the thing that like is important in this, and like get moving past it and or like adapting to it, because like he has a past that's a bit dark in spots. His family does in general, but they were kind of, it was one of those like they were forced into a really bad situation. Do I have, why is this, I don't know. Ooh, fun! I'm glad to hear that. Do, 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 do. I think part of me also kind of, maybe it's just like from watching so much Bruce Timm, I wanted to draw two people with red hair that weren't villains. Because like, it seems like Bruce Timm always makes henchmen villains, and I'm like, the heck, dude? Come on. It's not fair. Although I guess Barbara Gordon, like, she has red hair, so I guess it's not always. It just is so common though with like the big strong guy, like all the big strong guys are always like brutes who have red hair. It's like, is this where everyone in DC goes if they have red hair? Like they're all exiled to Gotham? It's like, that's not fair. Worst city to live in. Cool, yeah. So I should. I can draw for a little bit longer. Sure. Actually, let me check something out. I don't want to. If I have my, I gotta make sure I don't have. I. Whoa. Yeah. No, I'll still. I'll stick on until you get back. No. Well, I can draw for a little bit longer, maybe, because I'm not sure how long they're. Who is your style? Great amethyst. Nice. Wow. It's getting better. Huh. I should do. Whatever. Why is. Oh, you know why? Because, I found out what this is. It's all. I think it's. Is it on this layer? No, that's the background. Uh. Oh, it is. Yeah. It's all in, It's all in here. That's weird. I don't know how I did that, but I can. What I can do is just flatten it and then lower the opacity. Ooh, yep. See. So now I can just draw on top of it, and it'll be much cleaner now. Like you can tell where I did draw on top of it already because like this this line work looks way better than what was underneath it. Yeah, because this already has like line work in here for like her and for like the whoops. Such a shame that the the internet screwed that my I mean that driver messed everything up because I really wanted to draw more today, but this might have to be cut short. Just don't want to leave you hanging without telling everyone. So you back? Let's see. Okay, he's still. They're still looking for stuff. I don't want to just be like disappear while they're looking for art supplies. That would be uncool. Kind of mean, and I don't want to do that. I want you guys to. So I have a little bit of time. Maybe I can stay in for like another 8 minutes or so. Oh, no problem. Yeah, I just. I was just saying that, like, unfortunately, due to the how late we started, I could draw for like another like 5 or 6 minutes, but that's probably to be it. Just because like I have some group stuff I want to get to tonight before I go to bed. So Sorry that this all started so late. Let's see. Maybe I can do. I don't know. Maybe I can do one tomorrow or something, or you know what? We'll just do an extra long one on Friday. Yeah, that's what we'll do. I'll make up for it with another one like this, but with I'll have everything plotted out, and I won't have a problematic Cintiq next time. So be able to get right to this and just I can maybe do some cleanup on some of these character designs like that. What was that one? Yeah, like not her. The other one. That one. Yeah. Finishing up this one. So, and I'll try and make some progress on these as well over the week, so that yeah, I'm so sorry that it started late. I promise that it was just one of those unfortunate situations. It's like I was on time, but then like everything just fell apart. So it happens sometimes. Technology cannot always be counted on. So, but I'm happy I got to do some work on the comic. Actually, that was uh, I don't. I feel like this has kind of been just in the background too long, and this is the best place for me to work on it. Honestly, is during the streams. So I figured since I haven't really been doing Sword Timber, I was like, why don't we just draw the comic instead? Because I really like drawing this. It's just usually I'm doing an art challenge, and Sword Timber is fun, but this is more fun. So especially once I get to the some of the fights, like I said, they're gonna be all good. Yeah, because like it was one of those things where like I installed the new drivers and then I didn't realize I also had to go back into the old software for the Wacom and like calibrate through that and then set it up through that, and then finally it stopped mirroring what I was doing on the Cintiq onto my other monitor, which was because that was what held me up. If it hadn't done that, I would have been fine because I was done with all the installation stuff pretty quick. It just decided to be like super slow with solving that one issue, which is weird that you still have to do that. Like, why do I have to? Why do you need to touch the old software at all? The new software should be able to handle everything, but guess not. So, oh well. Let's see. Oh yeah. But these two are so much fun to draw, and I am excited to like show the. It's gonna be like in kind of like in Last Airbender, where there's like an A and a B story, and like the main story is gonna be these two trying to head to find Grace, and her story is gonna be in the background as like kind of like how they did like Zuko, or yeah, where like you have like the it'll be her and Nyla trying to like first save this dinosaur they find, and then they have to deal with that villain that I think I showed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I showed you, but I'll put him up just for fun as a good ending picture. Because he's he's a creepy guy. He's winter a winter elf that like his dimension was pretty much like decimated during the last war. Not as a target, but it was like a domino effect kind of thing where like a realm nearby just like got shattered and all the shards went flying in different directions, and one of them just like crashed into his and like pretty much like decimated like the entire population on his planet. So, but the funny thing is he didn't really, he doesn't have like a like lust for revenge. He's still more. It's just that like now there's no one around to tell him not to do things, so it's more like he's just lost his like conscience. Like the people around him that gave him like advice on like maybe don't do this, and so like everything's like an experiment to him, and he's just playing around with these other dimensions that he can peer into. Me too. I like the thought that like not all dinosaurs died in the mass extinction. That some of them fell into Tir Nanog, like the fairy realm, and they just been living there and like they adapted. So like there were a bunch in his realm, so he kind of incorporated them into his design because he felt they were more exciting. Yeah, not really. He's like, it's kind of like how you treat your Sims players is how he treats people in in different realities, where he's like, I don't know them. It's like I just put you like I just spawned you in your pool and got rid of all the ladders. Let's see what happens. And he's like got this other voice that's talking to him, but he's not even 100% sure who it is. And I'll have to add more to that later on. Because one thought I have for this is that it's actually it's a being from the realm that was destroyed. Actually, it's not anyone he knows. It's like a soldier that worked for Oberon, which was where the dimension that was destroyed was Oberon's realm, because he was the one that started the war. So like as a like a way to like stop them from coming through, they shot this like giant rod of Uru through. Yeah, yeah. He's kind of there's so many like fun, like what was the Shades of Magic had this really cool adversary villain who was just like, he was a bit more sympathetic than this guy, but still this guy, I mean, this guy does have something sympathetic about him in that he didn't ask for his dimension to be destroyed, but it was, and like he has to deal with that. But like I like that kind of stuff better than like trying to make it seem like he's a good person who's just like thrown off kilter, because which is another type of villain, but for him it's more fun to be like, how do I make this totally like morally bankrupt character who's just like like Rufus from Final Fantasy VII essentially. Where he's just like, I can do what I want as long as I have the technology around me and the means. Then why don't I do it? It's like I want to make my dimension strong so that the next time things don't get hurt less things get devastated, because they'll be tougher and more will survive. And it's like, yeah, but you shouldn't do it by using other dimensions as petri dishes. He's like, what? I couldn't hear you. I'm busy playing my simulators. So, yeah. Well, thanks for watching this with me, though. I mean, for watching me do all this work. I got a couple panels done. I was bopping all over the place, but it's good to see like where I really need to. I mean, I know I have a lot of stuff I can work on with this, but I mean, just the fact that I like kind of see the scope of it now a little bit more gives me an idea of where what pages need the most work. Because things like this page are pretty good. Like I just need to clean up the line work and put some more color in, but I think like things like this page came out great. And like this is pretty good too. It just needs more some more detail in some spots. But and this is coming along nice. So yeah, it's like there's a lot of pages here that are looking pretty good. Like this just looks messy because the background layer is kind of like still at partial opacity. Like if I turn these off, see it's like that's much clearer now. Thank you. Yeah. Well, because and why don't we end on well, not that one. What should I? It's a good page. Let's end on this. Put this in the middle. There we go. Perfect thing to have in the thumbnail. But yeah. Thanks for dropping by. Like I said, I want to do a longer one on Friday, just because I feel like I missed, not even just out of guilt, but just out of like I feel like I missed out on some time that I really wanted to use for this. So yeah, maybe even on. If it's better for you, I can even start sooner. Like if you want, I can start at 6 Eastern Standard Time instead of 7. Because I've done that before. Okay, well, why don't we do that? Because that way I can work later and it won't be super late at night. So, yeah, and I can try and do maybe like a 3.5 hour stream. We'll see if I can get to that. I've done it once before, so. Alright, well, have a great night, and I'll see you on Friday, I hope. So, thanks. Yeah, it's almost night here, but yeah. Alright, well, see